Welcome, friends. We're coming to you from the Willamette Valley. I'm Jeff Lewis, Director of Education for Rivanna Wines, and we're standing here at the very western edge of the Dundee Hills American Viticultural Area at Alexana Estates Rivanna Vineyard. And I have in my hands some ancient marine sedimentary soil called Chehulpum, which comes from this 1 acre parcel directly behind me. And the reason that I'm holding this, what was once the bottom of the Pacific Ocean about 50 million years ago, is because this is where we have our Chardonnay planted. And today we're going to talk about Alexana's Terroir Series Chardonnay. As a true cool climate wine region, with less than 2,000 acres of Chardonnay planted, the Willamette Valley is emerging as one of the most exciting places in the entire world to grow and produce Chardonnay. Here at Alexana, with only 3 acres of Chardonnay planted at the estate, we're really fortunate to be able to work with 3 of the top growers of Chardonnay in the entire Willamette Valley to produce the Terroir Series. We're gonna head up to the winery and talk to our winemaker Bryan Weil, and he's gonna tell us a little bit more about our estate and the 3 single vineyard sites that we work with and his approach to producing beautiful, age-worthy, elegant Chardonnay here in the Willamette Valley.
Hello everyone, my name is Bryan Weil. We're here in one of our barrel bays at Alexana Winery in the Dundee Hills. I've been making wine here since the start of this facility and since the start of the Chardonnay program actually. Back in 2012 when we built the facility was the first year we were starting to get some Chardonnay off the estate here. And it's really special here because it's complex and rich, but it has that delicate nature that you get from really cool climate Chardonnay. First off, I want to talk a little bit about the vineyards. The vineyards are, to me, of course, the most important part going in the wine because that's where the wines are made first. So we put a lot of effort in the wines out in the vineyard as grapes, obviously, and really focus on some great vineyard sites. We have 4 vineyard sites that we work with predominantly for the Terroir Series Chard. Number 1 would be the estate here at Rivanna. Right behind me outside this door, we have 2 blocks of Chardonnay, 3 acres total, Clone 95, Clone 76, all from Dijon. Really great acidity because they're in kind of cooler sections. One of them's in volcanic, one of them's in sedimentary soil. So very different in how they come out in terms of texture and flavor. But really a great complex wine that we'll put in mostly neutral French oak, but a little bit of new French oak as well. Finwood Vineyard. It's from Yamhill Carlton AVA. It's in sedimentary soil. It's actually one of our lowest elevation sites that we work with for the TS Chard. So it's picked early. It's got bright acidity, great ripe flavors. It's Clone 95 and 76 that we work with there as well. And it really is just a great site with some good minerality in the finished wine, that really laser focused acidity, and just blends in really, really well. Grand Moraine Vineyard's also another vineyard that we work with in the Yamhill Carlton AVA. It's really far out, way past Carlton, more towards the coast, and really on the edge of the Yamhill Carlton AVA. So really, really good, cool nights. Maintains that great acidity, but it's up on a hill and gets a ton of its sunlight, especially the block we work with. So I always find this vineyard has a lot of phenolics and a lot of structure to it. And it's a really good backbone to the TS Chardonnay. This site definitely has some texture. I put it into a little bit more new French oak because of that. I think it can handle it, but it blends in really nicely to the other vineyards that we work with, kind of as the base of the structure for the TS blend. Raindance Vineyard is actually comprised of 3 different vineyards we work with for the Terroir Series Chardonnay. It's really cool because it's in the Chehalem Mountains, but there's 3 different soil types. It's the only vineyard we get that is from the loess soil, so wind-blown soils. But they also have a vineyard at the highest elevation that we work with, about 1,000 feet, that is going to be volcanic, and then some lower elevation sites in the Chehalem Mountains that's actually sedimentary. So the Raindance Vineyard is actually all Clone 95 Dijon on all 3 vineyards, but very, very different soil types. So really fun wine to work with, to blend into the Terroir Series Chardonnay, or just to be by themselves because they're fairly complex. And I love TS Chardonnay because I think it is a really easy drinking Chardonnay because I put a little bit in stainless and don't put it through malolactic. We have some neutral barrels for that richness, and of course some new oak in a very small percentage. It just blends seamlessly together from 4 different vineyards, 3 different AVAs that we work with. I love this wine because it is so versatile. It can be drunk with food, can be drunk on its own. It has that little hint of oak in the back, so it's got enough to stand up. And it's also got that freshness from the stainless steel. So I hope you enjoy the Terroir Series Chardonnay.
Thanks for joining us today to hear the story of the Alexana Terroir Series Chardonnay. We're fortunate to be part of the conversation of Willamette Valley Chardonnay and to work with 3 of the top growers in the entire valley. Thank you so much for your support. We look forward to hosting you here at Alexana Estate and sharing some Chardonnay with you in person on your next trip to the Willamette Valley. Thank you so much and take care.